In this video, we're gonna make this super budget friendly and lightweight crosscut sled that's super adjustable and definitely beats your miter gauge. So the first thing I do is I get my 1/2 inch Sande ply, I clean up all the edges, I cut a little strip, I clean up those edges, and I'm gonna label it R2. That will be my reference for my fence. Then I'm gonna bring over my 1/2 sheet of plywood and add a center line to it, to the center of the blade, so I can line it up later. Anyway, then I'm gonna add coins into the slots and double-sided tape all over the runners. The coins are going to help give it a little bit of lift. Then I'm going to place the plywood sheet against the fence, finding center for both the plywood sheet and the saw blade. Then I'm going to move the coins. I'm going to add in these little screws that come with the runners, and I only hand tighten them. You don't need a whole lot of pressure for that. Then I'm going to make sure everything slides properly. In this case it does, but to give it a little extra slickness, I'm going to put some paste wax. And this pretty much goes anywhere where there's contact with metal. Then I'm going to bring over my R2 plywood, and that's going to be my fence. So I'm going to find where the line is, where I want it to start and end, and I'm going to use a square to give me an approximate place for it. We're going to micro adjust it in a little bit here. We're going to add a couple of holes, then we'll add a couple of screws. I don't like to glue it down only because of the fact that if I micro adjust it later, I can't do that if there's glue. Anyways, then I'm going to bring my saw blade all the way down and making sure my hands are very clear of the cut path, I'm going to lift it slightly. I do not want to cut through my fence. I just want to see where the line is. Then I'm going to do the 5 cut method where you use one side cut, then you use that same side to reference to the other cut. And ultimately you should have 5 cuts referencing your saw blade and your fence, and then you can micro adjust as needed, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. Make sure that your table saw does not have any power and it cannot turn on you. We don't want any accidents here. So whichever square that you typically use to calibrate your tools, just use that square. In my case, I usually use this L square. It's what I like the most, but ultimately it's the same concept. You're going to bring your square over to your teeth. Because it has so many teeth, it's hard to get that gap in between. So I'm going to just make sure that I have teeth on both sides. Then putting a little bit of pressure here, I'm just going to slide it back. And I should have no visible gap at all. If you're using a speed square, it's the same thing. You bring it back and then you bring it here to make sure that there is no gap at all. So I've learned that these are pretty unreliable though, and usually there is going to be some kind of gap, but if you reference something a little bit more calibrated, this gives you a little bit more accuracy. Then I'm going to add my rear fence, and that for sure I will glue on to the plywood sheet. I'm going to add some brad nails, staying clear of the cut path. A couple of pre-drill for the holes, then my screws. Again, making sure I'm very clear of the blade path. Then anything that sticks out is going to get hammered in with a punch. In this case, I'm using cherry, which is a little harder than if you were to use pine. So if you use pine, you shouldn't have that problem. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue and screw my fence in so there is no issue in the future. A couple of screws, some little glue, but that's going to give you good hand clearance so that way your hands are not in the way of the blade. Keep in mind you don't want to cut your fences, so if you need to add more height, add some more to the rear by checking your max cutting capacity. You don't want 2 halves. Then I'm going to bring over a clamp and a scrap piece to make a stop block, and now you can get repeatable cuts for your projects. Then if you need to extend your rear fence, you can by adding more wood to the top to get the maximum cut capacity for your blade. And this is the same exact crosscut sled that I used to make my nightstand, which you'll see in next week's video.